Yeah, what's up, my crew? It's been a while since I've done a Big Loop podcast. I feel like I've been on the go more so than not recently. And so I thought filming the podcast in my car. I'm not actually driving right now. I got to work early. I figured let me just do it here real quick. Why not? I might start doing it on the drives over hands-free, of course, but we'll see how it goes. But yeah, it's been quite some time. My birthday was earlier this month, and so I wanted to reflect a little bit about what I've learned in my 34 years of life, what I've learned in my 6 years as being an artist. Excuse me. And what I've learned from working with mentors and working as a mentor. So we'll start with the first one quickly. I also got to run into work in about 8 minutes. So what I learned in my 34 years of life, primarily we can't control anything outside of ourselves. And the better we are able to control our emotions, not necessarily to numb our emotions, but if the better we are to control, to stay in control of our emotions, not let them allow us to act irrationally, to change our behavior in such a way that would hurt any kind of situation, I think is the greatest superpower that I've been able to hone in on. Maintaining that sense of calmness in a stressful situation. Stressful situations themselves can look very differently, of course. But for example, something that, musicians do frequently, getting up on stage, stage fright. There's a degree of nerves that sometimes musicians feel before they do something, or before you make a post, before you record a podcast, before you do anything that, gets those butterflies going. I kind of lost my train of thought here. Maintaining that calmness really changes the game. For example, what if a surgeon was nervous before they're about to do open heart surgery? You don't want that. You want the professional who is able to stay calm, think level-headedly, and execute at the highest level possible, or to their ability, or even slightly beyond their ability, because in the zone they were able to hyper-focus and lock in and execute. But yes, if I was to share anything with anyone that I think is the most important thing that I've learned in my time, is learning to master that, because you can take that into pretty much any other situation that you're going to encounter inevitably, whether you're a musician or an entrepreneur, or just, a brother, a daughter, a sister, son, father, all of the friend, colleague. You're going to encounter situations where you're going to feel tense, and you're going to need to maintain that calmness. So master your emotions. Keep it moving. Let's keep it moving. Next up, I'm going to be talking about something that I learned in the last 6 years as an artist. I did receive the 4 City London Music Awards this year for Best Hip Hop Artist. At 33 years old, when I began this whole pursuit, I wrote my first rap, my first verse, 1 month before I turned 28. So within the last 5-6 years, I pretty much learned rap, explored further the world of business, dove into the world of the music business, and been able to receive not only this award, but recognition from different elements in different parts of Canada and abroad. Your boy's an international artist. Jeez. But one takeaway that I would share ironically, first thing that comes to mind is maintaining that calmness and mastering your emotions. But outside of that, I think it would be getting used to rejection. People, your friends, sponsors, fans, whomever, even the people closest to you are going to ignore you some days. They're going to say no to you some days. People that you expect to say yes to you are going to say no to you. And you're going to have to just deal with that. That's the reality of the matter. But how I deal with it makes it a lot easier, because you can take it personally. You can take offense to the fact that they're not there, and I think if you were to do that, you're only shooting yourself in the foot, because these people don't owe you anything. No matter what the relationship is, they have their own lives, and you're creating the opportunity for them to come out, support you in whichever way. But it's not fair for you to extend those expectations onto other people. If there's some kind of written agreement, sure, of course, they have to be there, whatever. But people are going to say no to you a lot more than they're going to say yes, at least at the beginning. So don't take that personally. Learn to navigate through that sea of rejection, by maintaining calmness, maintaining your composure. You know what I'm saying? Okay, I really got to go. But the last one is mentorship. One really cool thing that I want to share about mentorship that stuck with me over the years, one of my mentors told me, was a fruit tree doesn't bear fruit in the winter. Now, I want you to ponder that a little bit, and I'll leave you to take away. Maybe you leave a comment or something. But it makes me think that, through our evolution, through our growth process, we're going through different stages, through different seasons. And we can't expect ourselves to execute at the same level at every season, or to bear fruit, to collect a reward at every season, because that's not the natural cycle of life. There are going to be cold, brittle moments, and there are going to be bountiful, fruitful moments as well. So being able to survive through each of those seasons is what is most beautiful, and that is this journey that we get to call life. So I hope you enjoyed this episode of Big Loop Podcast, a little bit of this and that, and we'll see you in the next one. Peace.